Ezekiel 5. So Jerusalem's desolation is really great. It sounds really super scary. What God told Ezekiel to do to his hair is a representation of what he's gonna do to Israel. And so basically the hair that are going to like be burned is gonna be a third that will be burned of the people that will be in famine, and then a third will have a sword, and then some of them are going to go to exile, but then there will be a sword behind them. So what God always give picture illustrations, and this is what he said is going to happen to Jerusalem. And then he then talk about the reason, and he said that Jerusalem, he has placed her at the center of the nations with lands around her, but she rebelled and did more wickedly than the nations that they're supposed to be a light to. And then so they will they have more turmoil, and they didn't walk in God's statutes, God's law. And so now he is against them, and he will execute judgment in the sight of the nations. And so he talked about it, and the part that is scared me, that is hardest for me, is that like father will eat son and son their father, and it's just or by and so that's just a really grotesque image for me to look or to read. The reason, though, is not that he will make them do such an abominable act. It says right here, I definitely will also withdraw, and my eye will have no pity, and I will not spare. So why aren't we like just consumed by evil and darkness? It's because God look at us, he corrects us, and he protects us from evil influences. When he does not look on us anymore, when he doesn't protect us anymore, he lets when light is not there anymore, darkness takes its place. And God will not protect, God will not correct. And so all these evil things will come. And he will allow the plagues and stuff like that to come. But because evil people are evil, and because of the plague, and they care for themselves, they're gonna kill other people so that they won't be hungry. And that is just a natural consequence of people being able to do evil at its maximum without God stopping, without God's light shining through. And so I think like there's some people will read this and say, oh, God is so evil. But I read it and I understand it differently, because I know the nature of God, that he is love, he is light, and he is truth. And when he is not here, evil takes his place instead. Evil gets free reign. And while speaking this, I just remember The Dark Tower, a movie that I recently watched with my husband. When darkness loom, and like just then evil, what the evil wants to do is to bring down the thing that keeps like evil at bay. But it, the darkness wants to take over. God is the one that is stopping it right now. And so and then he does allow punishment to come. Like he said, he will send on you famine and vicious animal, and they will bereave you of children. And so he determines who dies. However, the eating your children part, that is due to the evilness in a person's heart. Natural disaster is something that he allows to happen, but evil acts, it's not because of him, it's because of us. So that's what I thought of when reading this. It's very difficult to imagine such a savagery, really, and it shows us that we are really wicked beings.